Hello everyone, this is Candace with Eclectic Coach, and if you chose piece number 1 for the reading, what is the best option to pursue right now, let's jump into your reading. So I'm just going to pull these oracle cards to see, first of all, this is very clear, flippers only. It was sideways. And so hints around the situation and some of the features, and it's the Three of Cups. And so what I'm kind of picking up intuitively around this is that something around a social situation, a social gathering, even like a business project among friends may have been a little up and down, a little wavy. I'm hearing triangulation. I'm hearing just kind of like, talking to the other friend about the situation, something like that. But I am also getting good energy and fun and good happy vibes as well. And that in some ways, maybe aspects of the situation have been sort of a dream come true, or are working on something that you've wished for a long time. Or maybe one of you is more of the facilitator and or kind of center stage in some way related to the situation. And it's what is the best option to pursue right now. And so what I'm getting for you is specifically something that's social, something that's like a dream come true, that's like work-life integration, maybe being able to travel to interesting places, I'm getting Costa Rica with these waterfalls in the background. And as long as you focus on being peaceful and enjoying the situation, that's a hint around what option to best pursue right now. It's something related to something social, and even if it's been a little up and down, that's what we're looking at right now. Okay, I'm going to take this card. So what I'm getting is that it's something that you've been at for quite some time but haven't been able to quite fully grasp in the material sense, but you've been feeling it energetically is what I'm getting intuitively. Okay, so who are some of the characters around this situation? I'm going to use this oracle deck. And as I'm kind of looking at these pieces, I'm asking these questions, and I've got my notes here. So who are some of the characters around this situation, and what are their attributes? Okay, yeah, so maybe there has been like a little bit of conflict, or maybe some jealousy around the situation. And I think that sometimes those messages related to that comes true, or comes through some of these readings to kind of help you in the event that you're maybe being gaslit, or you're having trouble communicating, but you feel some tension in the air. That's sometimes coming through to let you know, no, you're not crazy, and to help you confirm what you're getting on an intuitive level. Maybe you have been picking up things on an intuitive level, but you're not really sure what to point at in terms of, we got the Three of Cups again. So yes, this is definitely something, so we've got the Three of Cups twice. This is definitely something around a social situation. And what the best thing for you to do is just to remain confident within yourself. Other people might be getting into drama and things like that. What I'm getting is there might be some I don't know, maybe egoic energy, maybe some issues related to identity, Maybe they're a blonde, because in these two cards, some of these characters are blonde. In particularly the one who is having some jealousy. It doesn't necessarily matter, but if I were to read this like a story, but maybe there's just like a little bit of, social dynamics, competition that's just normal in these situations. But the best way to deal with that is just to stand on your own, feel good about who you are, and look ahead. Don't be looking, because I'm looking at this card, don't be looking side to side or comparing yourself or allowing or playing into anybody comparing themselves to you. Like even in a joking way, like laughing and making a joke about your success or your appearance or something like that. Like laugh that off, let that go. Atmosphere, energies, and ideas, spirit. No, these need to flip. Okay, atmosphere, energies, ideas. Atmosphere, energy, and ideas. Okay. So there might be some kind of like rudeness. You might be contemplating whether or not you need to let something end or a relationship end in this situation. And so it's, what is the best option for you to pursue right now? Maybe you've been holding on and you haven't been trusting your own intuition. And I'm seeing the Queen of Swords, who's usually very decisive, very clear, and I'm hearing doesn't suffer fools. But when I see it in the reverse, with the Death in reverse, you have not been trusting your own intuition, your own intellect, your own mind. And so perhaps you've been letting a situation go on too long, but that's not what you want to do. You want to be able to rise as the star in this situation. And now that I'm looking at this, like sometimes other people's negative energy or competition, inviting that kind of energy into the space can kind of dim your light. And so if you've been thinking about letting this go or letting this die, really think about whether or not this is serving you or helping you get where you want to go, and if the relationship is really fair and equal. Because I'm seeing the King of Cups here, and he's kind of brooding a little bit. And it's upright though. So that means be in command of your emotions. Be in charge of what you focus on. He's staring intently at something. So be careful about what ideas, images, thoughts, words, conversations you allow to ruminate in your mind, because those are very much affecting your emotional balance right now. And there's a lot of intensity, a lot of emotion, and you want to be directing that consciously. Materials and things in your physical environment to work with. Let's see. Flippers only, please. Flippers only. Okay, so ideas, information, you are having intuitive insights. You are discovering, yes, I can trust my own mind. I can trust my own intuition. I'm in control of my emotions, and you're choosing to go with the flow and to pursue your own ideas. I mean, that is what's going to help you pursue the best options at this time. And the best option sometimes is to walk away from unhealthy relationships. Sometimes that takes a lot out of us, and that's what you're being called to do, is to evaluate your relationships and see if they're working. Be clear about your own priorities, your own ideas. Let's see. Materials and opportunities. Materials and things to build with. Okay. So we've got the Queen of Coins and the King of Swords. So, yes, get into your intellect. Start speaking, writing, thinking, articulating. I'm hearing business plan for your goals. So what I'm getting is kind of the yin and yang here. So it's the masculine planning, strategy, learning, and I'm hearing execution with this clear King of Swords energy, but also this nurturing, developing, checking in, relationship building, focus on your goals, on your dreams. And these are the materials that you have to work with. I'm getting that I'm just getting a lot of material from the King of Swords here. So it seems that you already have been working on something intently, have been accumulating resources around something, and so that's very good. And so now you need to continue to cultivate it, continue to work with it. And you've got things that you've already planted that you can harvest at this time. Oh, okay, so I guess that's not meant to be in this pile anymore. Okay. I'm going to pull from a different deck entirely here. What needs to change in your life now? What needs to change? I'm going to take this one. Stress management. So if this situation has been causing you stress, been causing you social anxiety, been causing you to doubt yourself, it's very important that you let go of it. And also, it's kind of like the chicken or the egg, which came first. So there's something maybe in your diet or in your daily routine that's triggering thoughts about the situation so that you get your daily dose of stress, and somehow this social drama is all kind of a part of that, and you need to focus on stress management. And as you regulate yourself, you'll begin to feel better and be able to pursue a clear, well thought out plan, and you'll also be in a good mood to attend to your important relationships. But what needs to change is you need to have healthy, life-affirming routines, lots of water, healthy food. Don't let yourself not eat or overeat or oversleep. And notice if perhaps the situation and the negative energy around it has caused you to become dysregulated. Sometimes I struggle with that. I become dissociated from my environment, and it becomes really hard to get the energy I need to step forward in my goals. If I feel like I have this social anxiety, this social stress. So it's really important to consciously choose which relationships you're going to have in your life and that you're going to invest in. And let's see. Let's see if there's any more cards about what needs to change. Okay. So you need to retreat. Maybe take some time alone so that you can clear your own field. Do some deep breathing, do some yoga, do some stretching, really clear your own energy and be alone so that you can retreat and reflect and be clear on what's yours and what's theirs. if you're having a hard time thinking clearly, or if you're having a hard time showing up to important relationships. Let's see, what are they being called to give at this time? What are they being called to give at this time? What? Compassion. So this is about being compassionate towards those people. Remember any anger that you hold on towards them, any irritation, any resentment, then you are essentially binding yourself to them. So show compassion to yourself for staying in this kind of energy, this sort of atmosphere. There were important lessons you were learning from it. And as you retreat and as you take some time out and reduce your stress and maybe go into a state of peace and silence, and this can even be just a couple of days at your house. Another good thing to do is to detox. That can really help you let things go. But as you're doing this, remember, you are loved unconditionally. You are exactly where you're supposed to be on your path. So trust it and be at peace with yourself, because the universe is absolutely at peace with you. So what you're being called to give in this situation is compassion and the higher guidance, some higher, very specific guidance. Higher, specific, flippers only, higher, specific guidance. Okay. So you have, because of the situation, may have closed your heart. And it's important for you to heal and open your heart. And you'll know that you are making progress in the situation when you feel at peace. And so listening to binaural beats, maybe even just like rubbing your chest, like around your heart, imagining a bright emerald green expanding from your heart chakra, and do some breath work or some Reiki on your heart area, and that will help you achieve peace around the situation. And here's what you can know about how to create more abundance of like friendship and supportive relationship that you want. So clear any debts. So maybe if they helped you with something or you feel like you owe, consider where debt comes into play. Psychological mindset debt, where you feel like you owe people. And also, in order to generate healthier relationships, you need to have better boundaries around your time, energy, and attention. And you're being told that it's perfectly acceptable to set boundaries and block out distractions, and that these boundaries will help you actually have stronger relationships moving forward. So I know this was kind of long. I hope it was helpful. Okay, so everyone who picked option number 2, piece number 2, what is the best option for you to pursue right now? And I'm Candace at Eclectic Coach. If you're interested in personal coaching, check out my Oracle coaching. It's a great way to stay accountable, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be updated every time I post a new video. Okay, so what is the best option to pursue right now for those of you who chose piece number 2? Okay, let's see here. What is the best option for you to pursue right now for those of you who picked piece number 2? Okay, and this is hints around the situation. So we hold the Devil card upright and the 7 of Wands. So this is something that I'm just hearing you have felt afraid of. I'm just experiencing in this situation, and it's something related to your shadow, and kind of you're maybe perhaps wondering if it's worth pursuing or putting any more energy into it. But I'm also getting that you are somewhat determined, even though you are afraid. So whatever situation you've got going on in your life right now where you feel some apprehension, but you also feel like you put a lot of energy and effort into it, and there's something that's going to be turning in your favor, some unforeseen, and you're going to be taking, this situation is now morphing into like a new situation. And things kind of feel up in the air right now. So you were afraid, you were contemplating how you were going to continue investing energy into it. There's some commitment, some contract, something related to it I'm getting that you're kind of afraid of. Because of this change in turn of events, you're going to be pushed into a new direction where you feel like you're kind of out in the wild a little bit. Maybe not as comfortable on your throne, and some things have been thrown up into the air is what I'm getting around this particular situation that you are to pursue right now. Let's see, who are some characters around the situation, and or what are some of their attributes? So we've got the Three of Water in a completely different deck. So maybe related to friends, related to creative projects, related to something you've been trying to manifest, some form of self-employment or quiet time alone. You may be drawn to piece number 1 also, if you are getting this, because I pulled the Three of Water again. Yeah, so probably something related to some creative project, something you're doing on your own, something you're trying to manifest, and yeah, there's definitely this magician energy though, where you may be feeling apprehensive, but you know deep within that you have this ability to manifest the things that you want. You do understand very much the metaphysical mechanics behind things. And maybe at one point you were very comfortable on your throne, and you want to maintain that. But pursue something related to a friend who's very magical. I'm getting, if you know somebody you can learn from in the space that is successful in their projects, and that you can manifest some opportunity to maybe work together or just connect in some way. But this card, I'm getting let go of competing or conflict or anything like that. See it more like in a friendly, fun, social, light atmosphere. What are some ideas, energies, atmosphere around this idea? Yeah, don't be too guarded. Don't be too focused on what can I get out of this, what will happen to me, in fear, in lack, in competition, in anything like that. Let that stuff go. Just be open and trusting in the universe, because you've got this fear, this devil energy that could be related to this feeling of competition or there not being enough. Be open to the energies that are around you. Be like a curious kid in the wilderness. Be open to the wonder, the magic. Learn from this friend who's successfully self-employed in this social situation. Focus on your goals, your dreams, your ambition. Communicate with vision. Be a leader. And get advice from somebody creative. There might be a person in your social situation who's very magical. And do not get caught up in any sort of drama. Be aware of everybody's motives, but just be clear about yours. And what I'm also getting is maybe sit back, listen, observe before you jump in, before you do anything compulsive. What I'm getting is less about the head stuff and more about the feeling, the emotional energies. Feel the passion, feel the excitement, the adventurousness. Be self-assured, but don't be restless. You don't need to be restless. Okay, so materials that they have to build with. 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 Okay. So the worst is behind you. You may have been in some difficult situations that have caused you some anxiety. And this is definitely telling you that it's not about being afraid of recreating some painful experiences, but rather taking the lessons that you had gained and just learning from them. Maybe write them down on a piece of paper, but really heal from that sadness once and for all. Really let it go. Really see the value. Really sit down and ask yourself, how has this blessed me? How has this strengthened me? And write it down so that you don't turn inwards on yourself, so that you don't do anything compulsive, so that you can see who you can trust and you can see who you don't need to trust. And gravitate towards people who aren't naysayers, who aren't negative, but people who are magical and self-assured in their own life. Be really clear about your goals, your ambitions, because you're being thrust into like some new situation. Just be open. And maybe things have gone super, super slowly in the past. And also be honest with yourself. Maybe there are people in your situation that you need to hold back on expressing ideas, expressing certain thoughts, certain things to, your sadness to, your self-fulfilling prophecies, your negative thoughts. Maybe you've got some people that aren't loyal, that aren't on your team. Gravitate away from them and towards this magical person. But the materials and the things that you have to build with are the lessons that you've learned in the past. So take the lesson, leave the negative feelings, just be aware, and let that be fuel for you to really be clear on your priorities and focused on them. Now, what in your current situation needs to change in order for you to pursue this new uplifting relationship? So, 9 of Wands. So, find something that you're really, really passionate about and focus on the easiest thing that you have in your life right now to be passionate about. Let that be your fuel, your momentum, the thing that you're excited about, just that one thing that you can set those other areas of your life ablaze with. That one wand that's on fire, as you can see here. And focus intently on it. Because you have so many things, but right now you'll feel more comfortable if you just focus on one, and easy does it. It's kind of like a match. Get one lit and then you can light the other ones, is what I'm getting. But yeah, you need to have a flame going. Because I'm getting that at one point maybe all of these were kind of dormant and not ablaze. But what you need is your energy, you need your fire, you need your passion. So that you can stay focused. And then 2 of Cups. And then it fell on the floor. And what I'm just getting from that is a balance between the masculine and the feminine, the pursuing and the resting and the nurturing yourself, the alone time and the socializing. You need more energy and more passion. What you're being called to give at this time in this situation. What I'm hearing is to give of yourself and not get lost in romantic delusion, fantasy, emotional drama, any kind of addiction. What you are being called to give right now, it was upside down for me, but right side up for you, is your creativity, your cup. What it is that you are passionate about. See, there's like these little fireworks, these little sparks of passion. And so you're being called to show up and just be you. And like, consider that magical friend of yours that's successful in some area. And what is the higher guidance? It's to focus, to invest your time, your energy, your resources carefully and with thought. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision. Be a leader. Focus on your material resources. And building up your coin, building up your abundance so that you can support yourself. And how to generate abundance of what would make you feel good. Let's look at what would generate abundance of just adventurousness and openness. Again, focusing on your priorities. So make fun, make play, make adventure a priority. Put it in your schedule. Give it the time, energy, and attention that it deserves. Realize that by doing this, I'm getting also time in sunlight, time around flowers, time around things that feel good, time for learning, time for pursuing your dreams and goals is a way of giving yourself this promotion. The King of Coins is about, also about self-employment when I see that. He knows what to focus on, what's going to generate income, how to allocate those resources, sever any vows of poverty that you may have had as well. So any fears of abundance, any fears of success, any fears of moving in this new direction that life is basically propelling you into, you can let those go. And as you do this, you're going to be able to take your mind off of the things that make you sad, the things that have been disappointing, and you're going to be able to focus on your goals, which I think are related to self-employment, and manifesting in some creative area, some creative project, maybe like a Kickstarter or an invention or a new business or a startup or a coaching practice. It's very prominent with these fire energies. And I hope that that was helpful. Hello everyone, and for those of you who picked piece number 3, I'm Candace at Eclectic Coach, and this reading is about what is the best option for you to pursue right now, and kind of looking at some of the general themes around a situation that you are supposed to be learning about or leaning into, and how to move forward with it. And if you are interested in personal coaching, I do Oracle coaching. It's a 4-session package so that you can follow through and see your goals come to fruition by using your intuition and the guidance that you're getting. If you would also like to support the channel, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and consider buying me a cup of coffee. It would be very much appreciated. Okay, so, so for those of you who picked piece number 3, there's a special calling that you are being, called to, basically, and it's coming to you in various signs, intuitive knowings, just a feeling within yourself about what you are supposed to be pursuing at this time. So I think that you already kind of have some sense of what it is. Let's see, hold on just a second. And yeah, so what is your soul calling you to do? That is what you are being prompted to pursue at this time. So I'd like to get just a few more hints on what that could be. So this is some independent self-employment type related project, something related to material wealth. It's something that you might just be on the precipice of, and you might just be starting out, or also what I'm getting is it may just be that thing that's just barely starting to pay off, just barely that coin is coming in and you're seeing abundance. And just looking at it through the screen, I'm noticing this this coin, but all these like more coins are coming on the way. So you see that happening, and also she's kind of like looking through this mirror type of portal, and abundance is coming and flowing in. So something related to a career, a passion project, successful self-employment, something along those lines. And what is the best option for you to pursue? So those are the hints and features around the situation. Now let's look at some of the characters and their attributes that are involved. Okay, so interesting. We've got the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So on one hand, there's a lot of satisfaction and feeling proud of yourself. Or there's someone in this situation who's feeling very proud of themselves or seems very proud of themselves, but is also very reflective and this is interesting. Like, it may appear that they're even not smug, but very, very satisfied with themselves and the situation, but also thinks about it a lot. It's very, very, very much on their mind, whoever this person is. Can I get it? Let's see if I can get a court card. No. Around this character. This is a person who's worked very, very hard. Now, this could be you. I'm getting that this is you. You've worked really, really hard towards this situation. So on one hand, you feel satisfied, but on the other hand, you might be very much in your head about, is this going to work out? Is this going to continue to work out? Atmosphere, ideas, just energy related to the situation. No? Not think of that at this point. Atmosphere, energies related to the situation. So this, I'm getting the cave. So it's likely that, and I'm seeing this person draw on the cave. So yeah, you have been hard at work on your craft in a particular place. And let's see, synergy. What I'm getting around that is that in certain spots there hasn't been as much synergy as you would like in the sanctuary that you're working in. And that's been on your mind. But on other areas, in other ways, you're still very much so focused on what you're doing that it kind of doesn't matter. However, in quiet time alone, it does cause you to reflect intently on the situation. So atmosphere, ideas. So yeah, you've remained vigilant and kept the forward momentum going, no matter what has been going on in your atmosphere. You've been vigilant. Like a stone, you've stayed strong. Like the water that finds the way. You have like all rivers find their way to the sea. You have just been like at it. You've been at it from an emotional perspective and really feeling those feelings of satisfaction. You've been at it from an intellectual perspective. You've been working on it on a physical level. So yeah, I guess the situation is this calling that you have given so much of yourself to already. You are definitely being encouraged to keep with it. It's working. And it's really, really paying off. And not only is it coming in, but it's just going to create this endless flow. And also I'm getting abundance from everywhere is going to be coming in for you. So materials and what you can build with. Let's see here. Ooh. No, not this deck. Yeah, I think I'm going to just keep sticking with it. Ooh, I hope that wasn't loud. Materials and what they can build with. What's around them that they can work with. What's around them that they can work with. So what I'm getting is work with what's easy to work with, what just flows to you. Yeah, that there's justice. There's going to be an equal payout for your endless effort. So stick with it. The option that's the best for you to pursue is what you have been pursuing and what is now starting to pay off. You've given so much mentally, emotionally, physically, all kinds of effort. Stick with it. And justice. So, and a balanced mind. Because you know that you have been working at it from all these different fronts, you know that you deserve it. And so we've got the Lovers. So yeah, I'm getting passion, energy, payoff, just that good feeling of when things are seen through. It's interesting, I'm getting the masculine and the feminine in the Lovers and in the Moon. And so I'm seeing a balance, and then also the Justice with a balance. So your masculine and feminine energies are in balance, and both are available to you to work with. Now, what in your current situation needs for you to change in order for you to pursue this yin-yang, healthy, masculine, feminine, rest, work, play, creative, functional aspects of abundance? What needs to change? What in your current situation needs to change? And it didn't flip. I'm very particular about trying to get them to flip. Flip. Okay, so choice. So you have to choose, because all things are possible. You got to choose a cup. You got to choose what you're going to focus on. You got to choose in that moment. You got to choose. Okay, yeah, you're going to need to choose when to be in your masculine. You're going to need to choose when to be in your feminine. Okay, what are they being called to give right now? What are they being called to give? Okay. Don't go away. I'm looking at each piece of art as I pull these cards. Okay, so your intuitive guidance, what you know on an intuitive level, is something that you're going to need to give at this time. I'm hearing give way to. So whatever you're getting intuitively, you need to give way to. That's interesting. Because you've been kind of sleeping on an opportunity. Can I get, what are they being called to give? Okay, so what I'm getting is give to the feminine aspect. Maybe a feminine aspect in your life, a feminine aspect related to the situation, a feminine aspect related to the situation. Rest more. Give way to your intuition by using your dreams and paying attention to the emotions that come up through your dreams. What is the higher guidance that they're being given at this time? What is the higher guidance that they're being given at this time? What is the higher guidance that they're being given at this time? So this is a rite of passage. Kind of like this portal is sort of like receiving, giving, receiving. This is a rite of passage. You're crossing a new threshold of abundance because you've given so much emotionally, you've given so much thought, you've given so much physical effort. There is a double mission. So what I'm also getting is that sometimes you lean a little bit more towards the masculine, the structure, the approach, the thought, the effort. You are now being encouraged to give way to the feminine, to the attractive power, to using your attractive power. But also know, yeah, you've got a double mission going on. So maybe part of your pursuits look a little bit more masculine, a little bit more logical, technical, and maybe you have some more creative pursuits. And maybe that's what it is too. Pursue the feminine parts of it. Give way to the intuitive feminine parts. And how can they generate more abundance in this situation? How can they generate more abundance related to what they want in this situation? Which is probably more success, more... what I'm getting is make joy your priority. Also, yes, by pursuing the feminine and going into the subtle space, the subtle energies, you realize that there are infinite ideas. Infinite ideas. And that's how you can give way to the feminine, intuitive, like surf the subtle space, the dreamscape. Remember to use words of abundance. I'm hearing, don't say I'm tired. And make it a point to praise. Yeah, because we've got words of abundance and no more complaining. So one way that you can continue to generate abundance of the things you want in this opportunity is to really be aware of your words and how you relate to other people. Are you complaining to connect? Or are you talking about what's good? Are you praising? Are you talking about ideas? Are you saying things like, I want? I mean, because you've got to really stay focused. You've done so good so far, brushing off any petty lack of synergies, anything like that, and just staying focused. And you're being called to continue to do that. Don't become afraid, and to remember that there are unlimited ideas. And if you go more into the intuitive aspect, or the feminine aspect, or honor the feminine in the situation, you're going to have more ideas, more abundance, and you're going to be able to toggle more efficiently. But this is going to essentially help you bring into balance, which is what you want. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope that gave you some ideas on what to pursue. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and check out my coaching services if you want to stay accountable to following through on your intuitive guidance. And yeah, pursue what has been calling you. You're going to do very, very well financially related to this as well. So I hope that's helpful. Thank you. Hi everyone. So for those of you who picked piece number 4 for the what is the best option for you to pursue right now, this is your reading. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can be updated when I create new content. And I also do Oracle coaching so I can help you stay accountable. for following through on the guidance that you receive from Spirit so you can see real results in your life. If you're interested, check out my, there's a link to my website below. And if you'd like to support me, I would love it if you bought me a cup of coffee, and a link to do that's in the description as well. So just looking at, and I'm looking at the piece right now, option number 4. Ooh. So what you should pursue at this time. Okay. So something, we've got the Hierophant, the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Wands. So something related to a romantic interest that you've had your eye on for quite some time. I'm seeing something related to planning and thinking about the long-term vision, the long-term goal of this relationship. It can be even some sort of creative project with some sort of spiritual or religious overtones, or something that you're really passionate about, some sort of creative yet higher education pursuit. But I'm also getting very, very strong romantic vibes. Depends on what is calling out to you. So I'm getting kind of like 3 things. So either like a romantic interest that you're perhaps thinking about marriage or some sort of long-term planning, moving in together, something along those lines, or a long-term educational pursuit, or yeah, those are basically the 2 that I'm getting. Now let's look at some of the characters around the situation and what their attributes might be. So somebody is walking away from something. I'm seeing an erupted volcano in the background, and they're walking away from it. That card's never stood out so much. So the end of dissatisfaction, and perhaps you've met somebody that you like, or you've decided upon a degree path that you like more because for whatever reason, whether it's a romantic situation or a work thing or an education thing, you're just moving away from this old kind of pain because new ships are coming in. You're letting go of the stormy energy and this feeling dead and lethargic or pinned down, and pursuing this new energy, or somebody in this situation is. Can I get an actual character? One other feature related to the character. So this is something new, and this may actually have something to do with your children in some way, like the decision to move in this other direction may be related to your kids in some way, or your inner child because it's something that you're more passionate about. Okay, we're not going to go there with this. Okay, so atmosphere, ideas, and other energies related to the situation. And I'm going to just look at this picture as I pull these cards here. Atmosphere, ideas, energy. Like, what's in the air around this situation? So yeah, if you're thinking about contemplating a new, more fulfilling path for you, for your children, for your inner child, you are being encouraged to do that. What are some of the energies? So, something about being able to speak your voice, share your voice without fear of persecution. And like you don't need to hide or be stuck in like this cave. You're getting away from the situation. It was very ungrounding for you, left you all up in your head, all confused, unable to express yourself. There's a lot of mirroring going on. And you've realized that you're done triggering this other person. You're done allowing them to trigger you. This situation that was unfulfilling was also triggering because it got you ungrounded and all up in your head and just emotionally dissatisfied. So whatever this new pursuit is in education or romance that you've been planning on, Spirit is encouraging you to lean into that direction. Okay, let's do these. Okay. So yeah, there was just like a lot of fierce, I'm getting like just maybe intense energies, maybe a lot of yelling or something that like kept you. And this is a softer, more enjoyable, more enticing pursuit. Now, materials that you have around you to work with, to build with, to use in the pursuit of this is work. So put in the work. Whatever you need to do emotionally, speaking to a counselor, doing the emotional inner work, meditations. I'm hearing hypnosis. I'm hearing astral meditations. But I'm also getting in just the day-to-day, like daily disciplined practices will actually help you in this relationship. Also, you can work. You can apply yourself to whatever it is, day in, day out. We've got the beaver spirit here, and it's a diligent worker. But I'm getting take inspired action. That's really important. Like get your magic going. And another thing that you can get is, and then what you already kind of seem to have is this strong work ethic, this ability to show up, be consistent, apply yourself. You understand that nothing is going to be built in a day, so you have really good moderation and self-control, and those are things that are actually very helpful. Because what I'm seeing here too is like, you've got your eye on the prize in this relationship. And self-care, working on yourself, staying focused on the feeling that you want to feel and generating that within yourself is going to help you. But just the day-to-day work and the moderation are materials that can help you in pursuit of this educational goal or relationship. What in your current situation needs to change in order for this situation to be optimal? So there's some sort of healing that needs to happen on a physical level and more hopefulness. Like wish upon a star, but also it's all in green. So you need to do just a little bit of healing around your heart chakra, opening up your heart chakra. And having that joyful optimism where you can wish upon a star, where you can enjoy this romance, you can enjoy the romantic feelings about pursuing this new educational pursuit, if that's... Oh, and I'm hearing, see it from the big picture. And yeah, because what I'm getting is you may have in the past been playing everything too close to your chest, covering your heart to protect your heart. But what you're getting in this is that you can love. And remember, if your heart ever does get hurt, you can heal it. It's all a call to greater love, to growth, to being the better expanded version of yourself. Remember that you can heal whatever damage gets done. So if you've been afraid to pursue this new thing, to walk away from this unfulfilling thing, in order to protect a child or your inner child, if you've been afraid of that, it's time to do that. You have the energy to apply the work where needed. You don't have to do it all at once. You can show moderation. But you've been very, very conservative in the past, and you can afford to be a little bit more open with your heart. Let's see. What are you being called to give at this time? Patience. Yeah, so we've got the hanged man or the hanged woman. Remember, there's a divine timing to all of this. You can do so much planning. You can open up your heart. You can heal your heart. You basically set the atmospheric stage, but allow divine timing to take care of you, and just rest comfortably and look at things from a different perspective. That's also important in this card. You're being called for your intellectual perspective to change a little bit, from you to see it from a different vantage point. Okay, what is the higher guidance for those people who picked piece number 4? What is the higher guidance in this situation? What is the higher guidance? Okay, so no. Wait, pause, postpone. Say no to something. So what I'm hearing with that, in order to say yes to anything, you have to say no to something else. You have to walk away from something else. So if everything's important, then nothing's important. What do you have to say no to free you up to this educational path or this person? What do you have to walk away from? Where do you need to set boundaries? And any more higher guidance? Any more higher guidance for people who picked piece number 4? Any more higher guidance? I'm waiting for a flipper. Okay. So how are you being called to step up and lead? So sometimes you need to step up and be the leader in your own life. And that's what I'm getting in this situation. You need to say no to something so that you can say yes to something. In this relationship, it's about taking the initiative. It's about pursuing what's important to you, what you're planning on. But to pursue it with that balanced, magical energy, with a sort of ease and a sort of grace. But in order to do that, you need to say no to something. And how to generate more abundance around the situation. How to generate more abundance around the situation. Okay, so if in the past you have not been having a very abundant mindset, it's related to something you've been consuming, either watching like the news or something like that, or some sort of food that has been contributing to feelings. Maybe it could be even feelings of insecurity or insecurity about your body, or just like low energy, or making you feel less attractive, like you don't have that attraction currency going on, or it's just been making you not feel quite safe or comfortable. So your food is affecting not just your food, but anything that you're consuming, reading, watching, listening to, is affecting your mindset. So eating clean and healthy will affect your mindset and help you have abundant mindset right now. And this is going to lead to an important change. Yep. Eating clean, healthy food is going to help you change your mindset. Drinking lots of water, being mindful of anything that you consume, participate in, conversations that you allow yourself to be in. Oh, what I'm also getting is around the situation, just to pause and practice more present moment awareness. Like pet your cat, be still. I'm getting a lot of like screen time is causing a lot of information consumption, and what you need to do is have downtime away from the screen to pause and be really present in your physical environment. So I hope that this was helpful. And in doing so, you're going to feel more confident, more centered in your body. You're going to know that you're safe. You're going to know how and when to say no and where. You're going to be able to trust the process of life a little bit more. You're going to conserve your energy so that you can continue to have that strong work ethic, and make clear plans towards your education or towards this relationship. So I hope this is helpful. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check out my Oracle coaching if you want to follow through on your intuitive guidance. Okay, thank you.